going to continue looking at piecewise functions, but now we're going to write a piecewise function given a graph. So it doesn't matter if you start with the left side or the right side first. I generally tend to look at the right side first, and I'm going to write everything out. So on the right side, that y-intercept is 1, and the slope is equal to 1. And it's when x is greater than or equal to 0. The left side, we can see that this y-intercept is -1. And the slope going from any 2 points is +1/2. Both of those lines are going up, so both of those slopes are positive. So make sure when you're looking at the left-hand side, you don't think of this slope as being negative because it's going down and to the left. Always make sure you go from the left to the right to see the slope. And that's when x is less than 0. So that's all the information that I need to write my piecewise function. So then when I go to write it, I write f of x equals, try to make those big braces, and usually we write the left side first, so 1/2 x minus 1, where x is less than 0, because that comes from all of this information. Oops, here, didn't mean to cross it out. So that comes from all that information there. And then f of x equals x plus 1 when x is greater than or equal to 0, because that comes from all of this information here. So this one is the left side and this one is the right side. You don't have to label it like that, but you do have to write the stuff inside of the box. So again, I'm going to go through all of the graphs like that. Oops, and sorry, I didn't have it in the directions. I want to write the domain and range so that we remember to find them. So the domain of this function, it doesn't stop going to the left and it doesn't stop going to the right. So the domain is -infinity to infinity. The range, if we look at that, it stops at -1. So it starts at -infinity, it goes up to -1. We don't include -1. Then it starts back up at 1 and goes to infinity. So now for the next one, the left-hand side. The slope is -1. It doesn't matter which one we write first. And the y-intercept is -2. The slope is negative because it's going down and to the right. And the y-intercept is -2, and that's true for when x is less than 0. Again, we don't include that boundary. For the right-hand side, the slope is up 1 to the right, 2, and the y-intercept is 1, and that's when x is greater than or equal to 0. So we can write our piecewise function, f of x equals, the left side, the slope is -1, so it's -x minus 2, where x is less than 0, and the right side, the slope is 1/2, so we write 1/2 x plus 1, where x is greater than or equal to 0. So that's our piecewise function. The domain, again, it starts at -1 to the left, and 0 to the left and 0 to the right. It doesn't stop being graphed anywhere, so it's -infinity to infinity. The range starts at -2 and it keeps going up.
Your attention, please. Melody DeCaro.
And it goes up to infinity.
208.